Okay. So yesterday we discussed about the trade equilibrium under the increasing opportunity cost and the constant opportunity cost. Wait, somebody is asking permission to join. Okay, Samita. Hmm. Okay, now we'll discuss this trade equilibrium under decreasing opportunity cost. See, the decreasing opportunity cost means we are talking about a convex relationship here with reference to production possibility curve. So we have here this convex production possibility curve here. Fine, and we'll know that what does it mean because the convexity shows the two extremes. It means I'm talking about this A point and this B point. The average bundle of two extremes, we always desire this thing because of monotonic transformation. We always desire the more of these two goods. So that is the nature of convexity. Now, along with that, there is another feature of convexity that we do follow here the marginal rate of substitution, which is actually a declining slope. Okay, so it means MRS is higher at the A position and it's lower at this B position. If MRS is declining, that's why opportunity cost is decreasing. It means a producer, if would choose to produce more of X and at the same time he has to reduce the resources from the commodity buy, then always it is a good decision because the MRS is declining over here. Okay, now what this basically reveals, complete specialization or incomplete specialization. When we do talk about these particular positions, like when we do produce both of the goods, then what happens? We call it incomplete specialization. But the convexity and the decreasing opportunity cost always giving us a path to proceed for complete specialization. So it means here if you go in this direction to opt this point A, then it is also the complete specialization, or you can proceed towards this extreme to opt this position of production possibility point, that is B over here. That's also the example of complete specialization. But that is entirely depends on the country, what they are producing and offering as a specialization. This is based on what are the prices in the world economy or the terms of trade, what other countries do offer or they are offering. Okay, to understand this, we'll go with this case. Here we have only one country's analysis, and the one country's analysis means the country is, wait, I need to admit someone. Okay. So we have one country's analysis over here. This AB is the production possibility curve for this country. Okay. Now here we have one autarky position. How we came to know this is autarky? Because of our production point and the consumption point that is similar. Okay, so this red indifference curve and also this purple, instead calling indifference curve, this is CIC, this is community indifference curve. And then we have this purple line, which is what the domestic price line we can say. Okay, now based on this domestic price line, what we can observe over here. See, if we do compare, first of all, with this particular price line, it could be like, this way also, that would be more steeper. But if you compare this line and this line, so this line is relatively steeper here. Okay, if I do compare this line and this line, this is the steeper comparatively, relatively. Otherwise, it is also a flatter line, but you can even draw your more steeper line like this. Okay, so that is up to you how you draw it. But here we have this line, and with comparison to this line is steeper. Now, if this line is steeper, then which commodity is actually, giving you the more advantage to, offer as a specialization to the world economy? So the first we would talk about, there are the two different opportunities we have. Either this country would go on this A position and would go on this B position. Okay. Suppose if this country would go towards this direction, it means there would be the arrow of the directions. Gradually, the country would do what? They will reduce the production of X, or they'll reduce the resources from the production of X, and they'll increase in the production of Y. So gradually they will reach towards the point A. Once they would reach towards the point A, this would now be becoming a complete specialization point. Okay, the complete specialization offers here what? That this country would produce only the commodity Y. Okay, I will drop entirely this commodity of X. It means the zero amount of X, and the total they are producing this commodity of Y. Now, if our production point is this, from this itself, I'll draw a parallel line. Okay, this line, because my price lines for the international market is similar. That we assume here. Okay, why we assume? Because your own domestic price line has given you path to proceed in this direction. That is why this line is just a parallel line to assume that the international trade and the international prices are also similar. That's why it has encouraged you to produce more of Y. And producing more of Y is also revealing their pro trade condition. How that is revealing a pro trade condition? Before their participation in international trade, they were actually producing and consuming this much. So this is Y and this is X. But as they moved on this line, their consumption point is shifted parallel. This shows that they would like to consume more of X. So as a pro trade situation, of course, they would go like that. But this point is also a parallel shift. Okay, this is not a shift somewhere here or not a shift somewhere here. Okay, so parallel shift is also indicating they would also like to consume more of Y. Okay, so both of the goods you can see, yes, it is definitely they would like to consume more. So at this position, when we are getting this parallel line, they shifted on this. Okay, and shift from E1 to E4 point, this is giving you what? A higher consumption of the both of commodities. It means the country is definitely moving on higher welfare situation. Their CIC has shifted rightward. So definitely this is okay. This is not bad. So opting this is also giving you something which is a beneficial for this country. Then what happens? This country would realize all of a sudden, because they would also would like to consume this Y. So this country would move from this point to gradually towards this position of B. Okay. Still we have a similar price lines over there. Okay. Same price lines we are offering. So same price lines, it means a relatively steeper price line. So here the country would produce only the X commodity, which is OB now, and they will drop this commodity of Y in the production, and this is now zero. Now, going on this particular situation, what happens? This country would now be on higher indifference curve. Can anybody tell me, by opting this B point instead A point, the country would reach on the higher indifference curve? So E4 is definitely an inferior position for this country to opt. It means they should not produce at a position, or the production possibilities should not lie for this country on the position of A. So can anybody give me the idea about it? Why this country is getting more benefits and the welfare at the E3 point?
Because it have
Yes, anyone?
and because it have more advantage to produce X commodity.
That is okay. But how this E3 point is a rightward shift than the E4 point, or it is revealing the more welfare than this E4?
Ma'am, because E3 is the terms of trade line.
Yeah, all are the terms of trade line. This is only our purple one is the domestic trade line, but this orange and this green, they both are parallel. We are not changing our terms of trade line. It means international prices are same. We are not they are not shuffled. But still, only changing from point A to point B, this country is getting more welfare. Why? Okay, let me answer this. See here, as I was mentioning earlier, this price line, you need to compare this price line. Okay, Why? Because this is given in the same diagram. That is why I'm doing it. So here we have the purple line, which is a relatively steeper line than this black line. Okay. So if the steeper line indicates what? This is the domestic price line. So in domestic market, which particular commodity is expensive? Of course, X commodity is expensive because the price line is steeper. So whenever your budget line shift, in this direction, or the leftward, then this shows that the slope of price line is now actually more, and because of that this X commodities price are more. So X commodity is definitely expensive. Now based on their the domestic analysis of prices, they've opted this point A, but international prices are same. It means in international market this X commodity is expensive, but you are producing what? You are producing more of Y and you're offering more of Y. So it means when you want to exchange with the commodity X in international market, you have to exchange more of Y. You can see this triangle of exchange. Okay, this triangle of exchange at E4, it means AGE4. So you need to exchange this much of Y for this much of, this much of X for this much of Y. It means AGY you need to give, and then only you can receive GE4. But in international market, the X commodity is the expensive commodity. If this country would shift their production possibilities from point A to point B, then the country is only specializing in X. Okay, same price lines are there. Okay, we are not changing it, and you are reaching on this E3 point, and you are generating this triangle of exchange. Now, this triangle of exchange is revealing that you are importing DE3 amount of Y with the exports of DB. It means this DB amount you are exchanging with this DE4. Okay. So the reason behind, because X commodity is now expensive in the international market, you need to offer X commodity relatively less than this Y what we were offering earlier. So this X amount would be relatively less, and the exchange what you are receiving from the other countries, that is now more. So it means that your terms of trades are improved than this condition. This is terms of trade line, but the prices are constant. But the country's favorable terms of trade is lying on this green line only. So that is why the country would like to offer this in the international market, or the X commodity as an exportable commodity in the international market. Okay. Is that clear? Because of the prices, it is happening. Here, why commodities price? Because once it is relatively steeper, then the Y commodity is less expensive in the international market. If it is steeper, then the X commodity is expensive in the international market. So how would you get, the more benefit? Only when you are producing those commodities and offering those commodities which are expensive in the world economy. And that is why you want to offer X commodity more in the international market. This is happening just because of it, because what prices you were having earlier, this is the same price here and the same price here, and based on this given condition you just need to opt either A or B, and we found that between A and B, which is more beneficial, and that is what the point B. Okay, is that clear? Is that clear? Is there any confusion still between point A and B and E4 and E3?
No,
I'm
ma'am.
asking. Okay, no. Now what happens? The price lines for the international markets are changing. So what price lines we have now? These are the new price lines. That's why this price line was compared with this particular price line. You can even draw more steeper here. Okay, this is just because my drawing. You can even get it more steeper. Here, what is happening? This price line is more flatter than this price line. Now, what does it mean if we have more flatter price lines? Now, the world economy prices with respect to commodity acts are changing. So, it's a rightward shift. Okay, I can say that it is a rightward shift of the budget line. And the rightward shift of the budget line says that the X commodities price is now declining in the world economy. So if you will produce still on the B point, then you will definitely get a losses, because now you need to offer more of Y. You need to offer more of X with exchange of Y. So that is why you cannot remain on this particular point. You need to change your specialization. So again, you will move on this production point A. Okay, so now this country would continue to produce only Y, and they drop the commodity of X, and with this, the country would arrive on the higher indifference, community indifference curve. You can put it 5 also, or maybe my numbering is wrong. You can put E1, E2, E3, and there is E4. Okay, so this is the last community indifference curve where your consumption is, getting at the highest welfare point in this diagram, and you are producing this triangle of exchange. Now you can see this triangle of exchange says what? By only offering this much of Y, okay, only offering this much of Y, you can get this much of X from the world economy. So you can see your gains from the international trade. All of a sudden, when the prices are, declining for the X commodity, you can shift from B to A, because shifting from A to B and B to A, both ways is giving you decreasing opportunity cost. So the country would take the decisions of it, the complete specialization that is entirely based on international prices. Whenever it gets fluctuated, you are actually offering those commodities as a company specialization which are favorable to you. So the gains from trade, we can see now this country would keep this much OF for their own consumption of Y. Okay, so their consumption of Y is also increasing, and similarly F, and you put it here, this E2, let's say. So FE2 you will be getting as a consumption of X, which is more than and far greater than all such situations. Okay, so we actually have produced or generated three different triangles. Let me see, someone is pinging. People are joining very late. Okay. So we generated three different triangles. The one is AGE4, then E3DB, and AF. You assume there is the E2. Okay. So these three different triangles in different conditions. Okay. The conditions are different, but here the price lines are similar, and here the price line is different. So based on this, the country would take their decision and they would analyze their gains. So from the autarky position, of course, this E4 point is better point, because if you'll come here, the country is actually maximizing gains in terms of X also, and also with reference to Y. And here from E4 to E3, if you'll come, again the country is going for a complete specialization. The country would offer here, and country from this situation you need to see it. So country's gain is also rising here, and also the gain is rising here. Okay, this much of Y. So that gain is rising here. So both ways the country is getting gains even at E4, E3, and E2 position, but all the times they're, the conditions of the world economies are different, and that's why the country is taking a decision for this complete specialization. We will understand this complete specialization case with another diagram too. You can see that is more simpler diagram as compared to the previous one. We have here this A1, there is A1, it's orange production possibility curve, and then we have this blue, it's a BB1, that's a blue production possibility curve. This A1 is a country A, you assume, and this blue one is the country B, you assume. So before participating in international trade, the country A has their own production and a consumption point with this domestic price line. You can see this domestic price line, that is a steeper over here. Okay. Similarly, this country B's price line, which is a domestic price line, that is flatter over here. Okay. That is the B point of consumption and also the B point of production. So this country A is producing with this, okay, production possibilities, and country B is producing with this production possibilities. And I think it's very clear, the orange one has, the steeper slope, and the blue one has the more greater slope. So it means the country B has more, the advantage to produce this extreme, and the country has advantage to produce this extreme. So based on their own within economy production possibilities, because the steeper price line says yes to produce this, and this flatter price line says yes to produce this. This is not international prices, I'm telling you. These are only the prices which they are facing in their own country. It means when they will produce Y, the resources are cheaper, and when they will produce X, the resources are cheaper. So that's why the meaning of this flatter and a steeper line will come out. But when they want to participate in international trade, there will be another price line which is actually adjoining for both of them. You can even draw this more steeper, this more flatter. This may happen, but I'm adjoining for more simplicity. So here we have one line. This is A, B1. That is we call international price line. How this is an international price line? If you'll come out like this, so you need to compare this line to this line. This line is steeper and this line is bit flatter. Okay, this line is flatter and this line is steeper. So what does it mean? In international market, this commodity Y is now expensive because this line is flatter, and this line shows that the commodity X is now getting steeper or expensive in the international market. So if the country A would offer this Y or X2 to the world economy, then they will have more welfare because they will be offering now less of X2 for the X1. Similarly, this country would offer less of X1 for the X2. So both of the gains are matching here, and this IC curve and this IC curve will shift upward, and they will reach on the higher indifference curve on the point C, where their new consumption point would arrive. Okay, their production point is this for the country A, and the production for point for the country B is this, but their consumption point would lead to this, which is outside of production possibility curve, shows that they are making a they are actually exchanging these their exportable goods with the imports from the other country. Now this indicates the higher welfare. So definitely the welfare is enhancing by participating in international trade. We have here the one triangle of exchange which we generated. Similarly, here we have one triangle of exchange which we have generated. So this triangle of exchange says what? That the country A will produce the whole OA commodity of X2, and out of this OE they will keep for their own consumption, and remaining AE they will offer to the nation B. Okay, and then EC they'll be exchanging. It means they'll be receiving EC now of X commodity from country B. Similar, this exchange we can see now. This exchange shows that the country B is producing whole OX1. Okay, and out of this they'll keep for their own consumption, that is OD, and then from DC they are receiving from the country A, and they are exchanging amount of X1, that is DB1. So this triangle of exchange may overlap with each other. This shows if you will draw from line from this particular origin from O, which is a 45-degree line, that indicates the exchange rate for both of the countries, that is PX by PY or PX1 by PX2, that is equals to 1. Okay, it means both are getting similar gains out of the trade. If you'll go with their previous analysis, the country is actually enhanced the gains from the X commodity this much. Okay, and also in Y commodity also they are earning, they are gaining a lot. Okay, earlier they were just producing this, now they are producing whole. Okay, similarly here also you can see the countries gain. Now the important is you can even draw this line without adjoining the situation. If you'll draw like this, okay, a bit more steeper, and this is more flatter, this shows that this country is gaining less from the from by exchanging this commodity X2 to the world economy, and this country may gain more because their indifference curve would be smaller and their indifference curve would be at higher level. But in that case you cannot draw this OR line, which is the 45-degree line, showing that their exchange rate which is equals to 1. So their exchange rate would vary, and that is more realistic approach. But for simplicity I'm adjoining this line, and this can give you, yes, the exchange rate which is equals to 1 for both of the countries. Is that clear? Is that clear to all, or you have any doubt in that?
Ma'am,
That
uh,
yeah.
our A point and B point are autarky position of respective countries.
See, small a and small b is the autarky position.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, and this capital A and a capital B1. Okay, these are showing. Sorry, this A on the same path, and this is A1 here. Okay, so this is one extreme for the country A, and this is another extreme for the country A. And similarly, this is one extreme for the country A, and the B1 is another extreme for the country B. So B is choosing this B1, and A is choosing this A. Okay, for their production possibility point. Still, you have a doubt anything on any point? Yes, anybody, if you have doubt, I'll clear you. No doubts. So I should proceed. Okay. Now we will go with fourth form of production possibility curve. Okay. So the fourth form says that that is also the realistic, because we know there is no complete specialization, and complete specialization is possible, but we cannot say that the other commodities are not being produced. Okay, so there is always the situation of incomplete specialization. So even some of the countries, what they are taking, some of the countries, they are also going with incomplete specialization and also following somewhere more specialization in their goods. So the more realistic approach is that, because both of the things are, happening parallelly in the countries, and they are offering the goods, whether they are following complete specialization or incomplete specialization. But the question is how the country would choose, this which particular, the situation, whether the complete specialization or an incomplete specialization will give them more benefits or the welfare. So to understand that, here we have one situation. The situation we have strong increasing returns in one line of production, but diminishing returns in the other. Okay, what does it mean? If we have two goods, the commodity X and the commodity Y. Okay, the commodity X, strong increasing returns we are talking about. Okay, so the commodity X, we have a strong increasing return. You see here, we have a convex shape of production possibility curve, and diminishing returns in other. Okay, here we have diminishing returns. So already we have indicated that the strong increasing returns are associated with the commodity X. Okay, so here we have this position. Now, out of this X and Y, the country has to take decision. They have this production possibility curve, which is a mix of both increasing and decreasing opportunity cost. Now, let's say the country first would like to opt complete specialization at the point A. Okay, so this particular point is indicating complete specialization by the country for commodity Y. So it means OA, the whole they are producing, and they are dropping this commodity X at zero level. Okay, so if they'll do it, the price line of the country is like this. This blue line you can see, and their production and consumption. Sorry, their production point is this, and the consumption point would lie here. Okay. Now, first we need to see what is the pro-trade and anti-trade situation for this country. Suppose this country is producing more of this Y. So obviously, the country has to offer this commodity Y as an exportable commodity. But at the same time, the country is showing this consumption point. So if you analyze this consumption point, this shows that the country is actually consuming more of Y. OG, that is the more of Y if you compare with this X. The X is small. I haven't drawn this line here. So, but this OG is definitely more than this GE1. So, this triangle of exchange we got. This triangle of exchange says that the country would now offer AG amount of Y, okay, will receive only GE1, because X is now 0. So if X is 0, so this exchange only there that is taking place from the other country. So this country would have a losses, okay, because AG amount is more than this GE1. This is the first situation that the country has opted this and they would reach on this indifference curve. Now what happens when the country would choose incomplete specialization? So incomplete specialization with the parallel line, I'm not changing the world economy prices. These are the similar. Okay, so we'll shift on the green line. And this green line is now tangent to this B position, which is your production point. So on this B position, if we analyze this A situation to B situation, here at A, the country is only producing Y, but at B point, the country is producing, you know, some amount of X, this much of X, and this much of Y. Okay, so this whole line you can consider this is Y. So now this country's consumption curve is somewhere here. The country is consuming, this is parallel, okay? The country is consuming somewhere here. Now, if country would consume this, then this is relatively definitely tend to this commodity X. So we can generate this triangle of exchange. Now, this triangle of exchange says that the country is offering this BF. It means this remaining is for their own consumption. This vertical line is remaining for their own consumption. So remaining BF they are offering to the other country, but they are receiving only FE2. But still, this situation is better than this because now you have this much of the consumption of Y and you have still this much of consumption of X, which you can keep your own, keep it to your own country, and the rest you are inviting from other country because you see your production possibility curves outside line, which is reaching to E2. Now see what is the difference this E1 and E2 over here. The E1 point is, you know, it's available in the within the production possibility. This says that we are not using a potential point of production possibility. That is why this country has to shift this B point to utilize their production possibility. So at this situation, we can analyze the situation for the country that they are following underdevelopment and also they are not utilizing the all resources of the country. That is why this point is an inferior and lying within the production possibility curve. So we shifted from A to B, and this is giving you a better situation from E1 to E2, and you are actually able to maximize your welfare better than the point E1, and still your consumption of X is now increasing. So if you can see that from this to this, you're actually producing from F to this horizontal line, you are producing X commodity within your country because now you have utilized your resources, and from this to this, because it's going outside of production possibility curve, FE2 you are importing from other country. So that is the additional consumption you are importing from other countries with this triangle of exchange. But this triangle of exchange is also showing that you are exchanging more amount of Y. Now, with the same price lines, if the country would opt the C point, okay, which is gradually you reached from this to this, and then gradually your arrow would indicate you path to come down. Why to come down? Because of this condition. The condition we have strong increasing returns, and the strong increasing returns are associated with the commodity acts. So if you gradually come down towards this particular extreme C, then what happens? Every time your opportunity cost would decline and your benefit and the welfare would definitely increase because your cost is now reducing. So you will come down to the C position. So now at this, you are opting X commodity as a complete specialization. So the country would follow OC as a complete specialization of commodity X. I will drop the production of commodity Y. You will come down to zero now, and then country would offer, DC, okay, of X, and OD they'll keep it for their own consumption. So DC they'll offer, and only with exchange of a small amount of DC you are receiving DE3 amount of Y, which is even greater than this or equivalent this, okay, even better than this condition. So the more amount of Y is being consumed now, that is why the country would shift on the higher indifference curve. And see, Now your consumption is more tend to the Y commodity, because Y is basically consumption in Y commodity is basically indicating a pro trade in consumption, and the production in X commodity is indicating a pro trade in production. Why this is happening so? Because if you look at the price lines over here, the price lines are steeper, and the steeper price line for the commodity Y, if you would offer in the world economy, always you will get the inferior points or the less welfare. And if you'll go with the X commodity to offer, so international market, the prices of X commodities are more, you will definitely get and generate the higher triangle of it. So is that clear to you? The point A, point B, and the point C. Yes, everyone, if you have any doubt about it, strong increasing returns in one line of production and diminishing returns in other. How we have the diminishing returns in the Y because of the shape, fine, and this shape is more stronger. That is why you are getting more increasing returns with respect to X. Is that clear? Yes, students, or you have any doubt? ज्यादा टेक्निकल तो नहीं हो गया है? I'm asking something. Yes, students, all are silent. I hope so नहीं रहे हो. Manmeet, Rajiv, Shipra. Yes, ma'am. Okay, Sagar is saying you're getting. Okay, I'm getting chats. Let me read it. Hmm. Okay, internet, fine. Sagar, Rajiv, yeah, Manmeet, Shipra, understood, right. Okay, so I'm going for the next diagram. Okay, so now we have strong increasing returns in one line of production but diminishing returns in other. See, we have a same condition. Okay, what we have done in the previous diagram, we have a same condition, but now we are talking about different price lines. Now you see your price lines are flatter. So if your price lines are changing, your opinion would change. Now see, the first thing, we have now the price line. These are more flatter. It means the slope is now very less. Okay. So in international market, this X commodity is now getting cheaper. So Y commodity automatically is getting expensive. So what's happening? The first, if you are choosing this A point as a production possibility, then this blue line where we have consumption point, that is what the E1, and it's generating this triangle of exchange. This whole blue triangle, you can see the AF you are giving and FE1 you are receiving. So that's okay. But the problem is only this, you are following here the point of A as a production possibility curve. So instead that, you should go for another production possibility curve that is offering incomplete specialization instead offering complete specialization in Y. The reason behind it, you are facing diminishing returns here towards an extreme. Okay, because our condition is still like this. The strong increasing returns are associated with the commodity X. Okay, the only thing is that the prices are changed. So you cannot opt complete specialization here. So you need to follow, the movement from A to B point. And at this B point, what's happening? You are producing this much of, sorry, the production is this for the country. Okay, the whole vertical and this one horizontal, and this price line is indicating that this is your consumption point. So this triangle of exchange I'm generating here, and with the offer of BG of Y, you are receiving this much of GE1. So definitely this GE1 is more than this BG. This is offering you more welfare in the world economy. Okay, so that is why from E1 you are shifting to E2 position. But what happens when the country would follow this condition, which is a strong increasing return? That is okay. This is the same case what we have seen here. So you will definitely come down. Okay, you will come down. You will reach to C. But in international market, your prices are flatter. So I'll draw here this parallel line, and this parallel line indicates similar prices of the whole market and will drop you at the lower indifference curve, that is the E3 over here. So this triangle of exchange you are generating by opting only OX as a production possibility and 0 of Y. So DC of the X you are exchanging, but the only amount DE3 you are receiving in the commodity Y. You see earlier situation, DE3 was this much. So it means the steeper price lines would be beneficial when to opt X commodity when you are getting strong increasing returns in this particular good. So here, the opting the C point is not beneficial or welfare oriented for this country because the price lines are flatter here, and that is why the X commodity is not giving you the pro trade situation. So what is the pro trade situation here? The pro trade situation is the B point, where the condition or production possibility is meeting incomplete specialization and the country is consuming more of X. And when the country is consuming more of X, it means the country has to opt, pro trade in consumption. So they should drop the idea to produce this X and they should go with the commodity Y to produce and offer in the world economy, or a pro trade in production. Is that clear to all? Okay, everyone. You all have seen the strong increasing returns in both the cases when the prices are decreasing, and sorry, the flatter prices on and the more steeper prices. Fine. Now there is an assignment to all of you. You need to draw the second case of it. The second case is the mild increasing returns are now associated with the commodity X, okay, and the diminishing returns are associated with the commodity Y. Fine. And then you have to follow both ways of prices if in the price line is steeper and the price line is flatter. So with this, you need to draw the second case over here. Okay, so I think in our next class we'll discuss on it. So everybody has to draw it and can show it here, and then I will explain. Fine. The second case. I hope the second case is clear what I'm asking to you. So we have the next class on Friday. So the Friday, I think we can discuss on it. Is that okay? Am I audible to you guys?
Ma'am, can you repeat the question?
I repeat it. The question is, we discussed the strong increasing returns which are associated with the commodity X, and diminishing returns were associated with the commodity Y. Now my case is just, strong to mild. Now we have a mild increasing returns associated with the X commodity, okay, and uh, we have diminishing returns still in the Y. So only I'm changing the one word, strong to mild. Okay. So the same thing, but in a different, with a different implication and with a different analysis. Like the prices you have to draw in a same way. It means a steeper and a flatter. So then you need to tell me which is the best position for the country to, opt as in specialization. That is the only thing which I'm looking for. Just you need to convert this trade equilibrium under the situation of mild analysis. Is that clear? Is that clear or not?
Yes,
It's
ma'am.
not clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I would see this response. Everyone has to,